Do you want to be famous or do you want to feel seen? Do you want to be famous or do you want to feel accepted? Are you basing your personality based off of other people's opinions? Or are you basing your personality on you and what you like? Because that is me. And that has always been me. Hello guys, welcome back. It is another day out of uni. Fresh out of uni, guys. May I just add, I now have a degree. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I still haven't had my graduation yet, so we never know, do we? Anyways, I just feel like my cup is empty. I feel like I've spent so long filling up other people's cups and making sure everyone else is fine. I've lost myself. And I mean that in like a sense of day-to-day life. I'll give an example. So I clean the whole flat, right? But my room is the messiest out of them all. But it's not because I'm making it messy every day. It's because I'm not cleaning it, because I'm making sure that everything else is clean. And that's just like one minor example. I will make sure everyone is fed before me. I will make sure everyone is okay before me. I will make sure everyone has presents before me. Like just small things. But I guess that's just how I've been, because if you look at it deeply, like I just don't love myself enough. And I've been on this kind of self-love journey for a while where, well, I say that, that's bullshit. I don't know why I said that. I actually haven't. That's probably the problem. I don't think I've ever been on a self-love journey because I've just been too focused on career. I've been too focused on other people, my friends. And I guess, I don't know, like I'm fine with that, but it gets to points like this where I just feel like, damn, I probably should take some time to do something for me. And I mean this in like the nicest way. It's not like I don't want to not do things for people. I love doing things for my friends and things. But I just guess I feel so drained because I was going to say because people don't do it back, but they do. Like my friends literally do equal to what I do, if not more. I think one of the biggest things to take into consideration if you're feeling like me is, why do you want to please others? Like, why do you actually want to go out your way to make sure they're okay before you're okay? And I guess that comes down to people pleasing. And I've spoken about people pleasing before where I'm kind of like, oh, I don't really people please anymore. I've kind of overcome it. I used to be a people pleaser, but I feel like this is a form of people pleasing for sure. I guess it comes from wanting to be accepted, as deep as that is. This goes to deep levels if you really want to go there, and I'm going to go there. I always wanted to be famous growing up. Like, that was the only thing I ever wanted. I'm going to be so real. Who didn't? Who doesn't nowadays anyway? Kind of don't want that anymore, but that's all I ever wanted. And growing up, I realised why I actually wanted that. It's nothing to do with the fame. It's just all to do with wanting to be accepted and wanting to feel seen. And if you're someone at home that's like, I want to be famous, sit back a second and think, do you want to be famous or do you want to feel seen? Do you want to be famous or do you want to feel accepted? Are you basing your personality based off of other people's opinions? Or are you basing your personality on you and what you like? Because that is me. And that has always been me. I don't know if I'll ever get there. I feel like I will, but there's a part of me that's like, I feel like I'm always going to be Corey that looks after everyone. But you know what's really bad and actually quite toxic is that you can fill up people's cups so much, and then you're obviously going to get to a point where you've run out, and you're going to hit a point where you just can't take anything anymore. And I think I haven't ever got to that point, but there's been places in time where I'm just kind of like, okay, well, I could lash out easily right now, but it's because I'm so drained. Deep down, is it like I even want to do anything for myself? Probably not, because I don't actually love myself. I wouldn't want to love myself. I know that sounds crazy, but I wouldn't want to be obsessed with myself to the point where I love myself. I want to love myself so I get what I deserve and I accept, sure, but I don't know. I feel like it's cringy, but maybe that's just me. I probably need so much therapy. Oh my god. The fear of being perceived is probably the biggest thing as to why I don't love myself. I know this is going to sound wild, right? But A fear of being perceived is when say you do the dishes and then someone comes in and they're like, oh, well done for doing the dish, and you're like, don't want to do the dishes anymore. Or you are reading a book and someone goes, what are you reading? You're like, oh, okay, I'm not actually going to read, because like you're worried about how they're perceiving you, and it can be perceiving in a really good way. And it's probably because growing up you never felt accepted within yourself. And yeah, I just think that's so deep rooted for me that I probably do need therapy. But nevertheless, I don't think I've ever loved myself truly. And that's just how it is. It's just how it is. Don't worry, I am on that journey to trying. I'm not like giving up on loving myself, but I do find it cringy because I don't like the way that can be perceived. So yeah, just lately I've just felt really drained, mentally. Not really physically as much anymore, but mentally feel so drained. I feel like I just need to do something for me. But then when it gets to doing something for me, I'm too anxious to do anything. So it's just one big spiral, to be honest. But I have the best people around me, honestly. I have the best people around me that will show me what I'm worth. And I just think, what is it with me that can't see it? Like, I just can't see it. I feel like self-love is really hard, and self-love is really pushed upon, and it's such a positive thing. And I'm not sitting here saying you shouldn't love yourself. I personally just find it really cringy. Even when I watch content that's like self-care days, I just can't. As much as I really, really want to be that person, like the clean girl aesthetic, I cannot be. I am that messy, rotten girl aesthetic. I don't fit in with that genre as much as I want to, because internally I cringe because I can't accept myself for being, I don't know. I was going to say for being feminine, but like I spoke about this before on the podcast where I've never felt like a girly girl. I get glimpses of it, but I'll give you an example. Like, even when someone asked me the other day, oh, so you wouldn't wear heels to this event? And I was like, no, I actually wouldn't. I look at other women, right? Me and my boyfriend went out for dinner, I think like 2 weeks ago. And we went to this really nice restaurant. And I saw these two women, and the women were like really, really well dressed and really feminine. And there was me in like baggy jeans and like a top, which is cool. Like, that's fine. That's just me. But I was in this fancy restaurant and I felt so out of place. And then I was like, I feel like I shouldn't be here. And also I'm feeling so envious of the women that can pull off looking feminine. I just feel like I don't have that body type to be feminine. And I know that's crazy to say, but I just feel like I don't. And I never will, unless I gain muscle, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't have muscle, because I don't eat protein, because I don't actually eat proper foods. But nevertheless, yeah, I guess it's just so deep rooted. Oh my god, all the trauma's coming out today, guys. But yeah, I think, I don't know, man, there's just so much pressure to do self-loving things, which I totally advocate for. But if you're like me, where you just struggle to do that kind of stuff, I just can't ever put myself on that level of femininity. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's because I've been in survival my whole life, and people that tend to be really feminine tend to be really secure in their mental health and mental well-being. And I'm just not. I'm just a mess. Anyways, thank you for listening to my trauma dump, guys, and I hope you guys have a good week. If you guys ever feel like this, please reach out to me, because I feel like I may be the only one. But I probably am not, to be honest. But anyways, I hope you have a good week. I have had a good week anyway. Do please comment below so we can have a chat. And I will see you guys on the next episode.